LadyChann. Fight. Rock, I'm a two-time heavyweight champion of the world. I'm rocking with LadyChann.
How did you get into contact with training Kubrat Pulev, and when did that relationship start?
That's just pretty much. I also I trained another world champion, Samuel Peter, and and I worked with him for the majority of his career, from about 12 fights on up, and his manager is a guy named Ivelo Gatsev, who is Bulgarian. So we developed a great relationship from being 10 years around each other all the time, and so when he was helping out with the management of the Pulev brothers, so obviously he knows me, he knows my training styles, and he recommended me to Pulev when Pulev came here. Like, everybody winds up in Las Vegas, and everybody wants a trainer, and so he recommended me, and I came in because Kubrat's his I would say his OG trainer is Uli Wegner. That's like his father. Like, that's like I don't want to say his father, but that's just like his
like that older man.
That's like the ultimate guy, right?
Yeah.
But Uli couldn't always come all the time,
Well,
so
where was he based? Where was he?
Uli's in Germany.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's a couple countries away.
Yeah, and he's older as well.
Yeah.
And he can't, and he has a lot of knowledge, but he can't do certain things because he's older. He's kind of like that guy that got to sit on the stool and call out stuff. You know what I mean? So a couple, Uli would be over here, and I would kind of work up under Uli, and then a couple times Uli couldn't come, and then I would take the reins, and then he kind of got to know who I was as a trainer, and he started to understand what I was able to do, and the benefits of what I could bring to the table. But it took a long time for Kubrat to trust me. Kubrat is a very, very, probably one of the most intelligent fighters I know. Besides him and my brother, like, they very, very smart. And a lot of these, I would say 90% of these trainers, I mean, I really don't think they know what they're doing. Like, maybe 95% of these trainers, they don't know what they're doing. And so when you get a smart fighter like Hassan or Kubrat, and then you get these trainers that are just telling them stuff, they know that the trainers don't know what they're talking about, but they might not say nothing to the trainer. They just start developing. And then they get so many trainers that start telling them stuff and that doesn't make sense to them, that they just start to shut these trainers out. And so then when another trainer like myself comes there, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, you just another trainer, just like all the other trainers that I went through, and you probably don't know what you're talking about either. So it's a lot of explaining going on with, and there's a lot of and then they also, part of being, they're very super confident, borderline arrogant, both of them, Hassan and Kubrat. So when you get that confidence, then when you are trying to articulate to them some things that you may think they're doing wrong, then you got to break down a barrier, because they built up this barrier that these trainers don't know what they're talking about. So it took a long time for me for Kubrat to finally get to the point where he's just starting to listen to some of the stuff that I'm saying.
Only now. Just
but,
now. And he's only just listening to you now.
I mean, we still like, now I can go back and forth with Kubrat. Like, you just gotta, it's like with my other fighters, I could just tell them, give them a little explanation, and they got full trust. They know, they understand. We went through it already. But with Kubrat, and he's older as well, and he kind of set his ways. It's just a lot of times it boils down to us stopping the training session, talking for about 30 minutes about why, and then sometimes it boils down to like, all right, Kubrat, do what you want to do. Just go ahead and do it. And then he'd be like, no. I do. No. Let me see. You must make me to understand. You must make me understand. I'm like, bro, I've been trying to make you understand, but I don't know. I told you like 1,000 times, bro. But Kubrat, man, that's like he's like my brother too. Like I love
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
he's a great guy, man.
Do
So
you see? Was it like really hard because of the obviously there's some kind of language barrier and cultural difference. Was that a part of making it a bit difficult to gel at first, or for you guys to gain each other's trust? Because I mean, Bulgaria, I've been to quite a lot of places in Europe, but I've never been to Bulgaria. So, but there's a lot of Bulgarian people that live here. So it's quite different. So I'm just thinking as a black American with a Bulgarian, I don't think they see black people over there. So
well, I mean, you know what? It wasn't easy for us to meld because like he's a good person. You know what I mean? And I would like to think that I'm a good person. So our energies clicked immediately. Even though we couldn't understand each other, we understood the just to,
right,
we
the
were just
vibe.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
the vibe was always there. We had a great vibe together. So that part always clicked.
yeah.
As far as just being the friendship part. But the
Language
tactical part,
barrier or the
yeah,
tact or
yeah, just,
communicating.
just just the teaching part is
Mhm.
that's the part that we had to struggle on again, and we still struggle with it. Again, he's older, and he's set in his ways, and he's 41 years old. He's been doing the same thing for 30 years pretty much. You know what I mean? So now he has muscle memory. So it's even though he may understand certain things that I'm telling him, like now he agrees, it's still hard for him to do it because when you're in that fight, you're in the heat of the moment, and you're tired and you're getting punched in your face and you're dizzy, then you go to muscle memory. So if I'm trying to teach you one thing on certain shots or certain new punches to add to your arsenal, and right now you might do it while nothing's happening to you because we just holding the pads, and you ain't got to think about getting knocked the f out. You know what I mean? But now when you got Anthony Joshua throwing some big punches at you, you gonna go do what you don't got to think about, which is your natural ability. And so if I wish I would have had Kubrat when like 10 years ago. Like
Yeah, I
if
was
I
going
would
to
have had,
say he'd
man,
have been even more of a boost.
what
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
I mean,
Look,
he's only had 2 losses. Well, 3 losses now. Klitschko, Joshua, Chisora. I mean, it's
I
a
don't
good.
count them. I mean, you know
No,
what?
I do. No, leave us alone, okay? Derek Chisora won, and he deserved that win.
Look,
Chisora
how about this?
won.
Chisora won, but he didn't look like the better fighter. He looked like he looked like he escaped with a victory.
Yeah, no,
He looked like he escaped with a victory. So, and
I think,
I give it to
yeah,
you. You got to do more when you come into somebody's backyard. You have to convincingly win. So I agree with that. You
yeah.
understand?
I
But
think
I mean,
it's just that Chisora's been jobbed so many times and been robbed and jobbed, as we say, so many times. I was like, oh fuck it, go on, just.
well, I mean, you know what?
He did look good. He looked better.
Chisora, my man. I mean, I know him. We did a camp together with Pavekin when he was over there.
Yeah.
I like Chisora. He's a really good dude, a really good person.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like like street like I was raised kind of.
Yeah.